In today's video, this is going to be an unboxing. I have a Jackson Soloist in here, so you guys are going to check that out with me, so stay tuned. Alright guys, once again we got another guitar unboxing to do. I got a really good price on this, the Jackson Soloist. I think this is a 2012 model. I'll know when I look at the serial number when I open it up. And judging by the way the box looks like Ace Ventura Pet Detective didn't get a hold of it, so I think we're in good shape. So we're gonna waste no more time. We're gonna open this bad boy up. If you guys are ever looking for a good used guitar, I mean, honestly, Guitar Center is a good place to look. Their website or in store, you can usually score some pretty good deals, so definitely keep that in mind. Out over here. She's a pretty color. Now, according to the website, it was in great condition, so we'll take a look at the dings, dents, chips, imperfections that might be on there. Use that packaging for later. There she is. Let me check the serial number on this. Looks like it's got D'Addario strings, which I'm a fan of. Yep, it is a 2012 model. Which reminds me of the 1970 Dodge Challenger that my dad restored, so I had to have this color. It was between that, and I'll post a picture. There was the Jackson SLX that just came out, it's the zebra wood pattern. I really loved that guitar. I found it at a local guitar store around here, and I played on it for a good 45 minutes, and I just kept circling it and thinking about buying it or not buying it. But I did a little more research, and apparently these guitars, they got pretty decent reviews, some not so good reviews too. But now if this thing sounds anything like my Ibanez, I had a cheapo Ibanez RG that I'm really disappointed that I got rid of it back in the day. I think I got rid of it maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and the guitar, I got it for like $100 off of my buddy, and it sounded incredible. It was a killer guitar, and I'm just disappointed I got rid of it. So really, all in all, first impression, guys, it's a really nice guitar. I mean, as far as like chips or scratches, I mean, there's a couple on the back of the neck, but they're not real noticeable. And you know, I gotta clean this up a little bit too because it's got a little bit of dust on it, but a little bit of rust, corrosion from just sweating, just playing on the you know, across the pickups and stuff on some of the hardware. But other than that, this has been bumped a little bit, but it doesn't look like a lot of guitars where it looks like somebody took the damn thing and kicked it down the freaking stairs. So that's a good thing. I don't know if you guys can see or not. I mean, just a little bit of wear, but I mean, this is a relatively inexpensive guitar, especially the price that I got on it. I mean, I got it for a really good deal. So I didn't want to get another Floyd Rose. I already got 2 guitars with Floyd Roses, and I don't want to deal with that. So I want to go with you know, just a strung through design, which I got here. And then if these you know, these cheapo stock EMG HZs don't perform well on this guitar, then that'll be you know, a couple $100 upgrade, which ain't a big deal. And just got standard Jackson tuners on here. Yeah, there's a little bit of dirt on here and stuff, but this is gonna be my baby for thrash metal, like Metallica, Slayer, Municipal Waste, Sepultura, things like that. That's what this guitar is gonna primarily be for. And then strings, hang on a second. I'm just gonna go down a half a step standard and be D sharp standard. So I'm just gonna go with these strings right here. I love D'Addario strings. So these are just a 10 to 46. I mean, these should be more than enough for what I do. And as far as specs goes, from what I know on this guitar, rosewood fingerboard, and we got a basswood body, basswood, however you say it. And of course the EMG HZ, passive pickups, and your basic blade switch, 3-way. Neck through design, awesome. And then of course the other thing is going to be, how does she sound? So We're gonna have to check that out right now. But first, she needs a tuning job. Listen to that. The 6 strings in freaking G. Ooh. And that one's in C sharp. So yeah, we need to tune this bad boy up. I think they detuned it from shipping anyway because it's freezing cold up here in Michigan. All right, so here we go, guys. This will be the initial, very first strum through an amp. I just got my line 6 practice amp, so. See how long she sustains for. Not long at all. Yeah, it needs a setup. I can just tell by the way it feels it needs a freaking setup. Everything is just buzzing like a biatch. Notes just don't want to carry through. Yeah, it needs a little TLC, but other than that, this thing is visually stunning. I love that color. I mean, it's really, really cool. But yeah, let me do a few things to it, and then hopefully it will turn up in some future videos. Speaking of future videos, guys, keep a lookout. Next couple days I got a Pantera cover coming up, so I think you guys will like that one very, very much. And I can't even believe that I almost nailed Dimebag's sound on this particular cover. It sounds very, very, very meaty. It sounds like a freaking buzzsaw. It sounds awesome. But yeah, be on the lookout for that cover. And I appreciate you guys watching this video. And also real quick, before I leave all you guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, maybe consider doing so if you're new to the channel. I got all kinds of guitar covers. I got some bodybuilding stuff on there as well. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and take care. Hey guys, just real quick, I wanted to add on to this video. I'm in the process of editing this right now, but a couple other things that I wanted to point out on the guitar as I was doing a little more examination on it. I mean, you got like little things like overspray in some areas, a little bit of the clear coat's coming off at the 24th fret here. I mean, all this stuff is pretty much excusable for a guitar like this. It's not a big deal. Now, if you're spending a couple grand on a guitar, yeah, that's inexcusable. Which brings me to my point on my USA Jackson that I ended up buying, that I ended up selling. Now, this is another thing that I look at too, is the fret ends. All these are perfectly filed off, nice and smooth. However, that USA guitar that I had, that Flying V, that King V7 string, every single fret end was razor sharp, almost to where they could cut your finger open. Now that guitar it cost me a couple $1,000s. That is unacceptable for a USA model guitar, for any guitar for that matter. Like, that was one of the flaws. And then I'll post, I think I still got pictures of it, where I had some of the bubbling and some of the clear coat was coming apart at one of the frets where the neck joined the body. Just, I think, in my opinion, when you're going to buy a USA guitar and you're going to spend a couple grand on something, there should be absolutely nothing wrong with guitar, period. Now, as far as sound goes for this guitar, she needs pickups very, very badly. I plugged into the computer. Now that made a big difference. I plugged into my tone port and I turned up, I had to crank the gain, not only on the amplifier that I was using, but I had to add a pedal, crank the gain all the way on that, bring up the tone. There was a lot that I had to do just to try and get this to sound like the pick. 'Cause the problem with these pickups, I don't know if you guys ever tried an EMG, like a active pickup with a dead battery in it. It pretty much sounds like that through my amplifier, and it sounds crappy. It sounds like garbage. I know this neck needs some adjusting because it's buzzing like crazy, like in this particular spot. So that just tells me that there's a dive or a banana in the neck there. Yeah, I can already see it from here. You know, on my end, I can do a couple things to it to try and get it so it's a little more playable, and maybe do a couple covers before I actually get the money together and throw in some upgraded pickups. I don't think I'm going to go with EMGs. I kind of want to get something else. I might go with maybe some Duncan Blackouts or maybe some Fishmans even. I got to look into it and see how much like modification you got to do to your guitar to actually make those work. I've heard nothing but good things about Fishman pickups, so I'm kind of considering that. But, I mean, for now, I can maybe, just from what I know with working on these guitars, I could probably get it to where it's a little more playable. But for what I paid for it, man, It feels great. I mean, anybody who's familiar with the Jackson necks, you can just like stick your whole hand over that at the neck. It's super, super fast. These things are just incredible. This is the metal guitar to have, but gotta get it to sound better because it's just it's not cutting it. Don't worry, buddy. We'll get some active pickups in you and you'll be okay. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. I mean, the potential's there on this guitar, there's no doubt about it. Like there's things that I look for when I pick up a guitar and I start playing it. I listen for any like vibrations, any kind of excess noise or hollow spots. I remember I had a 7-string ESP. It was a M307. That thing was even a pickup and a nice setup. Nothing could save this guitar. Some guitars just can't be saved. But this one is definitely not going to be that way. But that 7-string, that thing was a piece of crap. I hated that guitar. You should have never cut that tree down to make that guitar. That poor tree. That thing should have just stayed standing. Just a total waste for a guitar build. No hollow sounds, no vibrations, no humming. I mean, this thing's got tons of potential. Like I said, when I plugged it into the computer and I cranked the gain, like I had to crank it quite a bit, but when I cranked it up, it has that chun chun chun. It has that sound to it. So like fret buzz. Up here it doesn't seem too bad, obviously, but right in here that just tells me that's got a banana shape. It's like bowing in. Yeah, there's a little bit. There's some right there. Yeah, as I get towards the middle of the neck, that's where you start hearing it. And you can feel it. There it is. Right about the 7th fret. Hear that? Really bad right there. That's right in the middle of the neck. Yeah, that's no good. So we gotta take care of that. But I think I can get this thing playable, where I can do some covers on it. Because I really wanna do some covers, some thrash covers on that thing for sure. Yeah, I just wanted to add some more stuff to this video, just so you guys can get a little more intel on what I got here. But yeah, thank you very much, and hope you guys subscribe, and hope you guys like the video. So take care. You will be a metal machine before you know it.